Okay, so welcome in Sloten. This is one of the 11 cities that I talked about in my last vlog. 11 cities that are included in the ice skating race. I'm with my mom and today is a perfect day for vlogging. As you can see, the snow is gone. That was gone pretty quick after that last vlog, just 2 days and it was all gone. And today we decided to drive around the province and visit some of those 11 cities. Sloten only has about 800 people living here, so it's actually more like a very small village, but still people call it a city because many years ago it got city rights. It's very charming, has some old houses here, lots of ducks and an old windmill. So as you guys can see, Sloten is a very charming little place, old buildings everywhere. I was kindly greeted by one of the locals here when I started filming the little bicycle thing. Now. Okay, so that was Sloten. Beautiful little town, little city. And friendly locals. Now we're off to the next place, the next city of the 11 cities. It's gonna be a very short drive actually, it's very close to here. Okay, we stopped for a bit because now we're standing on a dike, which is a big wall that keeps the water away from the land, because the Netherlands, the lowlands, means that the land is lower than the sea. So if this wall was not here, then probably half the province would be flooding right now. And we have those walls everywhere. They protect the whole country. But here you can see them nicely. We're gonna drive a little bit further and then I can show you guys that the water is actually higher than the land. Pretty cool. Okay, so that was a little stop because I wanted to show you guys at IJsselmeer, which is the IJssel Lake, and it used to be part of the sea, but then they built another wall, like a dike, and they cut it off from the sea, so now it's an inland lake, inland sea, inland lake, IJssel Lake. So and look, that is the Frisian flag, another Frisian flag. Joe, there's many Frisian flags here. That's because Friesland has its own flag, its own culture and also its own language. And it's the only province in the Netherlands that has its own language, so that's pretty cool. They're very proud of it too. Okay, so we have arrived in the second city, Stavoren. Stavoren is the oldest of the 11 cities, so the oldest city in Friesland. It's very beautiful. There is lots of boats, lots of ships, and colorful houses there. I really like that. I've never seen that before. Also, Stavoren has a good history because it used to be a very important trade city. It used to be part of the Hanse trade network, where Dutch cities trade with cities in Sweden, Finland, Russia, Denmark, all of those cities, you know, all of those countries. So I'm very into that history.
Hadden we nog niet gezegd.
Okay, so I read the the explanation. It's interesting that you can read the Dutch one and also the Frisian one. Frisian language doesn't look at all like the Dutch language. It looks more like English, I guess. But the story is that this woman was very rich, and then she told one of her captains, because she had a lot of those ships, she told one of her captains to bring her a very valuable gift. He came back with a gift that she didn't like, so she threw it into the sea, and then someone told her, like, that was very ungrateful, you will be punished for this. And she was like, nah, that won't happen. So she took her ring off, she threw it in the sea, and she says, the chance that I will be unhappy is as big as the chance that I get that ring back. And then a few days later, or a few weeks later, a fish popped up, and in the fish she saw the ring, so on his tongue, I guess. Do fishes have tongues? I need to Google that. Anyways, she saw her ring, and then she knew the bad luck was coming, and bad luck was coming. Okay, so welcome in Hindeloopen. This is a city with its own style. I know. Yeah, mooi. Very nice. Now, it's a city with its own style. They have their own painting style. They have their own clothes, and it's very charming. It's very nice here. We should drive a bit, and then I can show you guys the city. I can't believe this is a city either. It's just like those other places, very small. It looks more like a village, but because it played a very important role in the past, in history, that's why it got city rights, and now we call it a city. Here, those little old houses, I love it. Little clock tower. And Hindeloopen is also located next to the IJsselmeer, the big lake that was once part of the sea. It's very nice. It's very hard to park here, that's why we're driving. Luckily my mother has a very small car, so it's perfect for this. Look at that. That's nice. Little wooden bridge. It's nice that many churches in the Netherlands, they play this kind of bell music at a certain moment of the day, every hour I think. Anyways, we are in Workum. This is also one of the 11 cities, and look at this, 2 big lions. These are actually fountains. Every city, every of the 11 cities has its own fountain. So, the city has a very beautiful square. I absolutely love it. This is the highlight for today, I think, unless we find something more beautiful. And I've never heard of this place before. Just yesterday, when I did a little bit of research for this video. I really like it. Church tower, and then here some old buildings. Very cool little shopping street. Yeah. Okay, so we went to get some typical Dutch food, some fish. Every little town has at least one fish shop, so this is very typical. This is fried fish, so it has like a crunchy outside, and the inside is fish. I'll show you. Always comes with some very good sauce, fish sauce. Now if you bite off a part, that's the fish. It's just incredibly crunchy, it's very delicious. It's called kibbeling, and you can get it anywhere. It's not typical Frisian, it's just typical Dutch, but it's a must-have, must-try when you come to the Netherlands, especially with the sauce. The sauce is always delicious. Now we got the whole square for ourselves. It's the perfect place to have some lunch. Okay, so this is a little bit more adventurous than the fried fish. This is haring. Haring is a raw fish, and they cut it open. They take out the intestines, and then you're just supposed to eat it raw with a little bit of onions here. Onions, it's very sticky, so the onions just stick on it, and then you're supposed to eat it like this. Super fishy, super fresh. I really like this one, but some people hate it because after all it is raw fish. It works perfect with the onions as well. It's always a classic, also a must-try in the Netherlands. Okay, so that was the food, typical Dutch food, and after this we're gonna go to the next city. Look at that. So now we're driving through Bolsward. Bolsward is also one of the 11 cities, but they're doing some construction in the center. It doesn't look too good. Here, there is some old houses here, very charming. A little canal. Many churches. And it's much bigger than the cities that we saw before. This is actually like almost like a real city. It feels like a city, so that's a first. Bolsward is also the starting point for another kind of 11 cities tour, Elfstedentocht, because right here the cycling Elfstedentocht starts. So people can also cycle the 200 kilometers, passing all of those 11 cities. And if the ice is not thick enough, then that's perhaps a very good idea, because as I told you in the last vlog, the real ice skating Elfstedentocht, the last one was over 20 years ago, but the cycling one is every year. So we have arrived in the last city that we're gonna visit today. It's called Ijlst, and it's a city, but it's very tiny, just like the first few cities that we visited. It's very interesting because here in Ijlst they have special kind of gardens that this city is famous for. We will park here and then I will show you guys the gardens. It's very beautiful. Okay, so welcome in Ijlst. This is the final city of our Friesland tour, because it's gonna get dark soon, and the GoPro doesn't work too well when it's a little bit dark. So this city, whoa, look at that, look at that. Ooievaar of een reiger. Anyways, a big bird. But this city, it feels like a town, but it's a city again. This city is famous for special kinds of gardens. Those are the gardens. They are called overtuinen, over gardens, which means that the garden is on the other side of the road. So all of these gardens, they belong to a house, but I mean, it's cut off from the house by the road. So the road is public, but some of these gardens are actually private. As you can see, they have a little fence and then a little door here, right? And then that is private area, and it belongs to this house, I guess, or this house. It's so charming. I would like to live here and have a house with this kind of special garden. Here, this one doesn't have a fence, but most of them have a little fence, a little door as well, to prevent tourists from chilling in the garden. There's a little church in the distance. Now this is one of the many charming places that we visited today. This might be my favorite, together with the little square in Workum. Okay, so we started off the day here in Sloten, then we went to Stavoren, then Hindeloopen, then Workum, and then Bolsward, but we skipped Bolsward kind of, and then we went to Ijlst, and now we're going home. These are a few of the 11 cities in Friesland. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got a good impression of what this province has to offer, and see you in the next vlog.